Our goal is to find two consecutive integers whose product is 110. Now remember, product. Product is multiplication. So here's what we have to look at. I need to set a variable. I'm going to say, well, the variable is x. X could be 5. Suppose x is 5. Well, how would I get to 6? Well, if x is 5, to get to the next integer, I would have to add 1. To get to the next integer, I would take x and add 2. X and add 3 will get me the next integer. So that's kind of the process we're going to look at. So find two consecutive integers whose product is 110. Well, if the first integer is x, the next integer is x plus 1, and I multiply those together. So let's go ahead and solve this quadratic. So I'm going to distribute, so I get x squared plus x equals 110. And for me to solve, I have to get this 110 to this side. So I'm going to do that by by subtracting it to both sides. So I have x squared plus x minus 110 equals 0. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and factor it. Multiples of negative 110 or multiples of 110 that subtract to give me a 1. And when I do that, I could get x plus 11 and x minus 10. Therefore, my solutions, when I set them equal to 0, is x equals negative 11 and x equals positive 10. Now, negative 11 and positive 10 are not consecutive integers. So, consecutive integers, I have negative 11 and negative 10. Those are consecutive integers. When I multiply them together, the product is a positive 110. I also have a positive 10 and a positive 11, and when I multiply those, I have consecutive integers. So in this case, I have two solutions that are correct. This next problem, keywords, we're going to start by finding the sum, and sum means to add, of the squares, so I'm squaring something, of two consecutive even integers. All right, so I know I need the sum of two things squared, and that's going to give me 52. Now the issue here is consecutive even integers. So if the first integer is x, so let's let x equal 4. 4 is even. How would I get to the next integer that's even? So 6. I would start with x and I would add 2. So this would be x plus 2. That's how we're going to get consecutive even integers. We're going to go ahead and solve this. So I'm going to write x plus 2 twice. And when I do that and I distribute it out, I get x squared plus 4x plus 4. And I'll bring everything else around. So now I'm going to combine my like terms because I have like terms right there. So I have 2x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 52. Then I'll bring 52 over here by subtracting that 52. And I have 2x squared minus 4x minus 48 equals 0. Well, I could factor it like this, but I'm going to make my life easier. I'm going to divide everything by 2. So I get x squared minus 2x minus 24 equals 0. One thing I did notice as I was writing this down, I had a plus there, but I forgot to bring the plus sign down. For some reason, I put a minus. So if you followed along with me, please go back and fix that mistake as well. I'm going to factor this to x plus 6 and x minus 4. And my solutions at this point will be x equals negative 6 and x equals positive 4. All right, so this is not quite exactly making sense in my brain, so let's talk through this a little bit more. First of all, I need two consecutive even integers. So this one I'm going to have a negative 4 as well, and this one I'm going to have a positive 6. So these are my two solutions right here. But let me prove why these solutions are true. It says the sum of the squares. So what I'm doing is I'm taking 4 squared plus 6 squared, and that should equal 52. Well, 16 plus 36 does equal 52. Same thing over here if I use parentheses, negative 6 squared plus negative 4 squared equals 52. When I simplify that, I get the same thing.